I'm in cardiac arrest and I need a piece of gefilte fish to save me. Come on, Maria, am I telling the truth? No one's going to call for a piece of gefilte fish in the hour of life and death. What are they going to call? Doctor, doctor, Yeshua. There were times in my life when I thought I was having a heart attack. Chest pains, muscle. You know what I'm talking about, muscle? It's nothing but your pectorals. Is that what you call them? Pectorals. Huh?
Pectorals.
Watch it. Okay, pectorals. And I'm like, and in those days, I didn't even know the true name. Nombre Akadosh. I didn't even know the true name in those days. I said, Jesus! And immediately those muscles stopped contracting. So that's what happens, because the heart is establishing favor, and when you need favor, you call on Yeshua, not on a rabbi to bring you kosher food. That's what it means to be established in grace and favor. Oh, my. I'm glad he preached it. That doesn't mean we throw kashrut out and brit milah out and Shabbat out. It just means when we need to be saved and we're hanging in the balance between life and death, it's not going to matter if we kept Shabbat. At that point, it's going to matter that we are established in the unmerited favor of Yeshua. And I know somebody's going to take exception with that. I understand that. Someone's going to write me, are you saying? No, I'm not saying. I'm saying you should keep kosher. But don't trust your kosher keeping. Trust the favor of Yahweh. Todah Rabbi Yahweh. Kifa Aleph 4:10. Kifa Aleph. Is anyone enjoying?
Amen.
Other than Darrell. Is anyone else enjoying? Kifa Aleph 4:10. Meaning when we major on the minors, we lose favor. When we get back to major on the majors, we gain favor. Same as a congregation. If the rabbi gets off base and he loses focus on the majors, the congregation loses favor. If he focuses on the majors, the congregation regains favor. Kifa Aleph 4:10. As every man has received a gift, even so serve the same gift to another, as Tov, stewards of the manifold favor of Yahweh. We have a little money and we see a family in need. We minister that gift to another. Gifts are not meant to be hoarded. Gifts are given to be used to minister to the brethren. That money is not just to pay your rent. It's to be used to minister that gift to another. Yahweh gives you no gift. Every good and perfect gift that comes from above comes from the Father of lights, in whom there is no variableness or shadow of turning. But if Yahweh gives you a spiritual or a material gift as his child, it is not to be hoarded and stored for a rainy day. Remember the fool who built bigger barns? And Yeshua said, you fool, tonight!
Your soul, very soul.
Tonight!
That's right.
Your soul and your barn
Will be
are
reported.
coming home.
It sure did, too. Immediately.
And even if it is a bedding barn, it's still coming home. It's coming home, you fool. So when Yahweh gives us favor or a gift, it is to use that gift to serve another brother. As Tov, stewards of the manifold favor of Yahweh. We are stewards. We are spiritual overseers. We are spiritual administrators. And we are to properly administer the gifts Yahweh has given. If you could sing, minister that gift of the favor. If you can do something else, minister that favor. Minister that favor. So favor will be given and rests upon those who minister to the brethren. Not taking, but giving. Why? It is more blessed to give than receive. Todah Rabbi Yahweh. Do you see that? So how do I gain favor? I need a better job. I need a better career. I need a better school for my children. Give what you got. Take the gift that you got and look to be a good administrator and look for a need in the congregation and meet that need. And favor is coming to you. And you will have an increase of favor. But if you keep your gift to yourself, You will stay in the same amount of favor that you have now. Or you may lack favor because you don't have a giving spirit. I'll read that again. Favor rests upon those who minister to the brethren. They don't take, they give. Lack of favor rests upon those who minister to the only to the unholy Trinity. What's the unholy Trinity? Me, myself, and I. What would I do if I was broke? What would I do if I needed more favor in my life? Honestly, you want to know the honest truth? I'd give everything I have away. I wouldn't take a vow of poverty. No, that's stupidity. That's religion. But I would find to bless somebody so I could increase Yahweh's favor in my life and say, you know something, this is my $100 to pay the rent, but you need it more than I do. Here it is. That's what I would do, honestly. That's what I would do. Because I've learned the spiritual principle. Be not deceived. Yahweh is not mocked. Whatever a man sows, that shall he reap. Galatians 6:7. Favor rests upon those who use their gifts to minister to the brethren. Not keep taking from the brethren. Kepha Aleph, I hope you're following me. Kepha Aleph 4. Jump down to verse 12. So how do I get more favor, Britt? I find to give away those things that Yahweh has entrusted to me. Because there are others who need those gifts that I have. My time, my effort, my prayer life, whatever. You may be an intercessor, and you may want to give that intercessory gift to another and pray for them every day for a month or 2 months. Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trials which are to test you, as though some strange thing has what? Happened to you. First Kepha Aleph 4:13. But Gilah, rejoice, in the fact that you share Moshiach's suffering, that when his Tiferet is revealed, you may Gilah also with exceeding Simcha. For if you are reproached for the name of Mashiach, happy are you, for the Ruach of glory, Tiferet, and of Yahweh rests upon you. On their part, Yeshua is evil spoken of, but on your part, he is praised. Notice, if you suffer, if you are reproached, look at verse 13. If you share Messiah's righteous sufferings, when his glory is revealed, you will rejoice with exceeding joy. And if you are suffering or reproached for the name of Yeshua, you are happy or you are favored. If you suffer because of your personal integrity and holiness and character, you will have more favor. If you suffer because you're a thief, you will have less favor. If you suffer because you steal pencils at work, you'll have less favor. But if you suffer like Yeshua suffered, because he had done no violence, neither any deceit was in his mouth. If you suffer because there's no violence or deceit in your heart and mouth, you will have favor. So that suffering is not a way to Allah with 72 virgins and martyrdom. Suffering in this world is a way to receive Yahweh's favor. If you're suffering from other human beings for all the right reasons. Because we all can suffer and develop a persecution complex. I'm being persecuted. How you doing, brother? I'm being persecuted. Why? Because I'm a born-again believer. So they wake up in the morning and say, oh, what persecution is coming today? They got a complex. Who's going to screw me today? Who's going to leave me today? Who's going to hang up on me today? Who's going to reject me today? That's not suffering for Yeshua. That doesn't bring more favor. That just brings mental illness. And confusion. Who's going to mess me up today? No. But if you are Kadosh, you refuse to work on Shabbat, you refuse to compromise, you refuse to do drugs, you want to live a holy life, a Kadosh life, and you suffer because you're not giving in to the pressure to give in to the sick, dastardly, demonic world, now there's a whole bunch of favor coming your way. Amen. Favor to have a good wife, favor to have fruitful children, fruitful womb, to multiply goodness and mercy. That all these manifestations of favor are coming your way.
Amen.
If you suffer,
Amen.
for the only reason a man should ever suffer is for the holiness that Yeshua came, for the righteousness Yeshua came to give this world.
Amen. Amen.
Todah Rabbi Yahweh. I said Todah Rabbi Yahweh. I said Todah Rabbi Yahweh. Romia 5:20. I feel pretty. I would love to kill this clock. Is that a manifestation of the Ruach? Killing the clock? It depends. Romia 5:20. Is anyone enjoying?
Amen.
Romia 5:20. You know, if you steal money from people and you don't ship their products, okay, and then you wonder why you can't pay your bills, because favor has, you're suffering because you've done wrong deeds and you refuse to make teshuvah. I had told the rabbi the same thing. He's on the internet every week. He's not begging for money like we beg for money, for orphans, for the homeless, to build a bigger facility. No, he's begging for money because his house is always in foreclosure. It's always in foreclosure. You can't pay the mortgage. If you don't come through for me this week, it's over. The ball game's over. It's constant. So I told him, I said, when are you going to send the people their Bibles?
Hallelujah.
When are you going to return the people their money? They ordered Bibles 5 years ago, and you have still not shipped those Bibles.
Hallelujah.
That's why you're broke. That's why you have no favor. And that's why you have no mercy.
Hallelujah.
Because we learned earlier today, teshuvah is one of the prerequisites to receive or be restored to favor. Teshuvah. It's a disgrace. So he badmouths me because I told him why he can't pay his bill. Your wife sits on the sofa watching soap operas.
Oh, no.
You don't work.
Oh,
You
no.
steal people's money. You don't ship them their products, and you want to know why you're torn and broken.
Oh, no.
Yahweh's not mocked. Whatever a man sows, he shall reap. You want love? You want more love? Give it. Give love. You want forgiveness? Forgive. Whatever you want, you give. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Whatever you want, respect. You may be the least of the least. But if you want respect, find someone to give respect and you'll get respect. Find someone and give them respect. Whatever you want, that's what you give away. As good stewards of the manifold favor of Yahweh.
Amen.
It's very easy living for Yahweh if you only had understood the principles.
Amen.
Whatever you want from Yahweh, find a brother and a sister and minister what you want. You want confusion to go? Try minister at somebody and help them to end their confusion. Romans 5:20. Let him know that he who turns, I'm sorry, I'm in Yaakov. Hey, these Hebrew Bibles. Whoever put this together should be shot. Up is down, left is right. It was so much easier back in the King Jimmy days. Romans 5:20. Todah Rabbi Yahweh. Moreover, the Torah entered so that trespass would officially increase. But where sin increased, unmerited favor did much more abundantly increase. So that as sin has reigned to death, even so might unmerited chen, favor, reign through tzedakah to eternal chayim by Yeshua HaMashiach, our Savior. Listen. According to Romans 5:20 and 21, an ongoing ability and desire to overcome sin brings favor. Where sin increases, unmerited favor does more abundantly increase. That doesn't mean, like some teach, so the more you sin, the more grace you can receive for your sin. That's not what it means. Sin more so you can have more grace and favor. That's not what it means. It means, listen, the same way you allowed sin to develop an increase in your life, now step aside and overcome sin by allowing Yahweh's unmerited favor to come into your life and to flourish in your life. It means stop letting sin flourish and let favor flourish. It doesn't mean sin more so more favor can cover your sin. Kind of hear a good amen?
Amen.
So the same way we allow disobedience, rebellion, and sin to increase, we now allow favor. And I'm giving you 3 messages of ways you could increase your favor. Forsaking pride, giving your gifts away more abundantly. All these things, walking further away from the world, cutting out ungodly music, worldly music. Can we talk? I know it's getting late and I know you're hungry, but I need to talk.
Go ahead. Talk to me.
Hey.
Uh-oh.
I forgot what I look like a fool now.
You're giving us all those ways.
Mhm.
You're giving us ways to get favor.
Go ahead.
I forgot. I need favor. Memory pills. Something.
That's a bad sign.
My goodness. Yahweh. Favor. What was the last thing I said?
You're giving us all those
Cut out worldly music.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Favor. Yahweh gave me favor through you. Okay. Yes. Okay. The last unsaved friend that I had, I dropped him off on Union Turnpike in Queens. Now, I'm not saying this to be proudful. If you have unsaved friends in your life, they're going to drag you and confuse you. If you've got birds of a feather flock together, if you hang out with people that are not planted, they're not stable, you should have no unsaved friends in your life. 0! The only time you bring an unsaved person in your life is to share the love of Yeshua with them.
Amen.
Let them get close enough till they experience the love of Yeshua. But not for communion, not for friendship. They'll destroy your heart and your mind. Get rid of them. So you know what I did? This guy was Jewish. He was one of my Jewish friends. His name was Arthur. Okay? So I took Liberated Wailing Wall. This is the last time I had a unsaved friend in my life. I wanted to witness, but I also wanted him to accept Yeshua. So I put on the Liberated, how many know Liberated Wailing Wall? Jews for Jesus music. And I blasted the song about the Lamb. Ah, the Passover blood, the blood of the Passover. And he's like, he's going. He's got the heebie-jeebies. He's got the beefo jerkies. He developed a severe case of spicy chicken curry right in my car. Right in my car. Spicy chicken curry. Those of you who frequent Indian restaurants, you know what I'm talking about. When that spicy chicken curry gets a hold of you, it's like, who's on first? You know. So I turned up this song about the blood of the Lamb, and the next thing I saw was Brother Arthur, a Jewish brother, wasn't a saved brother, running out of the car down Union Turnpike, hailing a cab. He did anything to get away from Moshe. I don't know why I said that. If you want favor, make friends with people who walk in favor. If you want favor, make friends with people who walk in favor. I hope the point didn't get lost with all that Indian restaurant humor. As we close, Korinthia Aleph, divine favor, do I have it? Korinthia Aleph, chapter 12. This can get long, so I'll give you the synopsis. Korinthia Aleph, chapter 12, verse 4 to 31. Verses 4 through 31. This chapter is an entire chapter about what? The manifestation of the gifts of the Ruach, the 9 gifts, manifestations of the Ruach HaKodesh. Basically, and I'm not going to read these, we just don't have the time. If you're taking notes, Korinthia Aleph, chapter 12, verses 4 through 31. The entire chapter just about. Verses 4 through 31. Look at verse 1. Now concerning spiritual gifts, my Israelite brothers, I don't want you to be ignorant, meaning I want you to have the favor to have as many of the gifts as you can. Don't be like a dumb Gentile carried away with dumb idols, worldly things, even as you were led. I want you to understand that if a man has the gift of the Ruach, number one, he doesn't, the Ruach of Yahweh, no one who has the Ruach of Yahweh calls Yeshua cursed, and no man can say that Yeshua is Yahweh, but by the Ruach HaKodesh. But the favor manifests in a diversity of spiritual gifts, but it is the same Ruach who dispenses these spiritual gifts. There are different callings, but there is one Master, Yahweh. So close with this. Every born-again believer has some of these spiritual gifts. Even if you don't have any of these gifts listed in 12, you definitely should have the one listed in 1 Corinthians 13, which is love. Love is the greatest spiritual gift. So even if you don't ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-bam, and even if you don't da-dun, 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 and even if you don't have the gift of healing, and take it, Charlie. You know, everybody, when you throw your jacket, everybody bounces off the air conditioner. Take it, Charlie! Charlie!